I used to spend entire months learning just one song because I was simply relying on tabs and tutorials, and so I was learning something by heart without really fully understanding it. Overall, if you rely exclusively on guitar tabs and tutorials, you're not really learning music, you're just copying numbers. So in this video, I will first show you why this method allows you to learn faster, and then I will give you the exact steps I go through when I learn a new song. In one of my recent videos, I mentioned that one of the mistakes I was using was that I was relying exclusively on guitar tabs and tutorials when it came to learning new songs. Now, don't get me wrong, tabs are insanely useful and I use them every day. But if they're the one and only thing you rely on when learning a new song, that might be the reason why your learning seems inconsistent and fragile. Because tabs show you where you place your fingers on the neck, but they don't show the musicality around the guitar and why the fingers are placed that way. And so if you forget the tab, the song just disappears. I've forgotten so many songs I learned, and it's so painful and frustrating because I spent literal months learning songs and I just forgot them. So in addition to training your fingers with tabs and tutorials, the method I implement relies on training your ear so that it feels more intuitive and natural. Because training your ear will develop your musical intuition, and with time and practice, you'll be able to know instinctively where the next notes are on the neck, which will help you learn so much faster. Let's just say, for example, I want to learn a famous song like the Harry Potter theme. The first step is actually to focus on the melody. So first, I'll try to sing it in my head and out loud and try to find the right tonality. So for example, for Harry Potter, we have the theme going on something like this. Da, 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 da. So when you have the melody in mind, focus on the first note and try to find it on the guitar neck. I'm just gonna grab my guitar as well. And so we're gonna focus on the melody and like da, the first note, da, da, and I noticed that it's a B. And then from there, I try to find the melody by just trying different notes around it. So once I have the main melody in my mind and on the neck, the next step is actually to find this melody on different parts of the neck. This will allow you to train your ear as well on different parts of the neck, unlock the full guitar neck, and will also give you more fretboard awareness. In case you don't know your full fretboard yet, don't worry, I made a full tutorial you can check right there. So for the Harry Potter theme, for the main melody, I chose to stick with this melody. And now to go even further, I chose to add artificial harmonics in the beginning of the song because I thought it was really in theme with the wizardry and epic vibe. By the end of the first step, you basically found the first few notes of the main melody of the song on different places of the neck in different variations, and so you're more aware of what you're gonna play. Now for the next step, we can get on to tabs. You just have to listen and look at different guitar covers of the song you want to play and choose one that you seem comfortable with. And now, every time you go further in the tabs, I suggest that you first think about finding the melody yourself and then looking at the tabs because it will maintain this awareness. And then the rest of the song will unlock pretty naturally once you have done this because you'll see the song as a melody with chords and progressions and not just numbers on a sheet. Tabs are no longer seen as just instructions to learn, but they appear as explanation. For the Harry Potter theme, you can learn a song that goes like this. notice that I'm using the lower E string as the bass note, but I know my fretboard by heart, so I know that there's an E on the 4th string 2nd fret. And so I can change the bass note and it will look more like this, which is a bit softer and will change the whole vibe of the song you play. Now I have a tip for more intermediate players, because if you're into fingerstyle guitar and percussive tapping, well, the method is even more powerful. Because I don't know about you, but when we add percussive rhythms in a song, I just find the guitar tabs so messy and so hard to understand. Intuitively knowing the melody and just adding percussive rhythms over it is simpler than just following step by step, number by number. So a really strong example for me is to compare two songs I've learned, one without the method and one with the method I explained. And so the first song I learned was the song Locked Out of Heaven by Bruno Mars. And I learned this song by just following the tabs step by step without really thinking about what's going on in the melody. It took me just over a year to learn the song fully, because learning numbers by heart, well, it's not very motivating and pretty frustrating. So I was learning the song 2 weeks in a row, and then I stopped for a month, and then I went back at it for a week. So it was really a mess and really long. The second song I learned was All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. And I just started by listening to the melody, trying to find it back on the neck, and then I chose a cover that suited me, and I was able to add the percussive rhythm pretty naturally. Instead of following exactly where I need to tap, I was more going with the flow. And I believe music is all about that. So once you know this method, you just need to combine it with some basic guitar theory, and you'll be able to instinctively know the next part of the songs without having to learn everything by heart. And that will help you learn songs faster and have a lot more fun learning the songs. Now, in addition to applying this method, if you want to know more about basic guitar theories or guitar mistakes everyone makes, I made a couple of videos you can check on my channel. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.